Yo, what's good, everybody? It's the Storm Podcast, and we are here with a D-Spirits gameplay video for you guys. Y'all have no idea how excited I am that the D-Spirits Kickstarter is at $150,000. Shout out to Sterling. We've been fans of the game since it came out back in, I think, October of 2020. It might have even been earlier than that. And since then, we have become crazy D-Spirits fans. So the fact that all you guys are starting to join the D-Spirits family is crazy. Y'all have no idea how many games we've played, how many cards we've bought, like how many conversations we've had with Sterling. Like, this whole thing has been such an incredible journey, and it's awesome that y'all are like coming to join us.
How many arguments we've had over the rules of the game is just to see the game grow like this.
Yeah, it's crazy. We've been having so much fun. Like, as y'all can see, we got. I'm really in this. My D-Spirits collection is deep, bro. Like, I got so many cards, it doesn't even make sense. This is my binder. I got more cards here. Like, we've put a lot of time and effort into this game just because we appreciate and love it so much, and it's become a pretty big part of our lives. We probably play a game of D-Spirits every week. If not, like, we've had days where all 5 of us have pulled up and played here for like 8+ hours. Of doing nothing but just running D-Spirits games. Like, yeah.
It's crazy because I literally, I wasn't able to get over here a lot of the time, so I even taught my girlfriend how to play. That way I had somebody to play against.
Yeah, we're really deep in this D-Spirits game. So, we're going to show you guys how to play because a lot of you guys haven't gotten a chance to play, and we've gotten a lot of requests from people for us to make a gameplay video. So, let's go ahead and get into it. Yeah. All right, so first I'm explaining what the battlefield looks like. First, we have our D-Spirits deck right here. This is going to contain all of your D-Spirits, and you're going to put all those there, shuffle them up, and make sure you put them over here. This deck is your Signals and Signs deck. This is where you're going to keep all your Signals and Signs. This deck is your side deck. These are extra cards that you're not playing with in the game. Some cards can be drawn from the side deck, but the majority of these are just to swap out faster in between games. And then right here is going to be the D world. Any D-Spirits that get destroyed are going to get put over here. And this is the battlefield. You're allowed to have up to 4 D-Spirits in your battlefield at any given time. And that's what you're going to be using to actually play against the other player. So now that you guys understand the space, let's go ahead and get into it. Every game starts with a game of rock, paper, scissors to decide who goes first. Let's get into that. All right, looks like he's going to be going first. So we're going to draw 7 cards, and you can decide how many you're going to use from each deck. And I'm going to go with 4 of these, and then I'll go with 3 Signals and Signs to start the game off. All right, go ahead. Play your first card.
Slippery with the sleeves. My first card, I will play Pixel Parallel. Yeah, after 3 turns, Pixel Parallel can be Super D-summoned from the deck to the field.
All right. Okay, so because it's his first turn, he's not allowed to attack me. You're not allowed to attack on the first turn, but I'm going to be able to attack him.
And I end my turn.
Okay. Normally I would be able to draw, but because this is my first turn, I'm not allowed to draw. So, let's go ahead and get into it. I'm going to start the game off with one of my personal favorites, Chickadee. Chickadee's ability. When Chickadee is summoned, you can search your deck and draw a sound-type D-Spirit to your hand. At any time, once per turn during the battle step, you can discard a sound type to lower the power and endurance by half. I'm going to play Chickadee, and that is going to allow me to get a sound-type D-Spirit from my hand. I'm going to pick this one, and you guys will see what that does later.
For everybody else, every individual card has a boost, so directly Pixel Parallel is 700 more damage to Mischief Spirits.
Correct.
And Chickadee has a plus of
1,200 to Beast and Bug. All right, so I'm going to play a signal card, Spirit Break. Spirit Break, I'll read it. Select one D-Spirit on the field and decrease its power and endurance by 500 points. At the end of the turn, if this signal was used during the battle step and the D-Spirit attacking has less points than needed than its target, that D-Spirit is then destroyed and any triggering effects cannot be activated. All right, so I'm going to play Spirit Break.
And then I'm going to play Hopeful Summon. Super D-Summon one spirit with 700 SP less or less from your hand to the field. I'm going to summon Zelius. When Zelius is summoned, lower the power of all D-Spirits on your opponent's field by 500. This ability can be activated by discarding Zelius. This effect lasts only for one turn.
All right, so Pixel Parallel, his endurance and thank you. His endurance and power are now cut in half. So Chickadee now has enough to destroy Pixel Parallel. I'm going to attack and destroy Pixel Parallel with Chickadee.
Chickadee actually does not have enough power because Zelius minuses 500 off your power.
You're using the ability?
Yeah.
That cut me in half, correct?
Down by 500.
Okay, Chickadee does not have enough to destroy Pixel Parallel, so Chickadee is going to get destroyed. That is going to subtract 500 spirit points from my... Well, I'm not going to do that because I'll put it on the screen. That's going to subtract 500 spirit points from me, and I'm now at 4,500 spirit points, and I am going to end my turn.
I am going to draw, and I'm going to play Greediness. Greediness just allows me to draw 2 more cards. So, I am going to summon Basket Brawler.
Okay.
Basket Brawler's ability is Basket Brawler ignores and cannot be affected by the abilities of sound type D-Spirits. When Basket Brawler successfully targets an opponent's SP, you gain 1000 SP. So I am going to attack you directly with Basket Brawler.
All right, so because Basket Brawler is targeting me, I'm going to play TAPIR. TAPIR's ability: when you Super D-Summon TAPIR from your hand, if you control no D-Spirits and it's your SP being targeted, the attack is now directed to TAPIR. If a D-Spirit would target TAPIR, you can redirect this attack to another D-Spirit, either on yours or your opponent's field. This ability can only be activated once per turn. So, TAPIR is going to redirect Basket Brawler's attack to Zelius.
Zelius has been destroyed, which causes me 700 spirit points. And then I will use Pixel Parallel to destroy TAPIR.
I'm going to play another signal, Redirect. If your D-Spirit is the target of attack, you can negate this attack by redirecting it to your SP. You only take half of the damage. Do that. So I will take 700 damage to my SP and keep TAPIR on the field.
And I end my turn.
Put that right there. Okay, I am going to draw I'm going to draw a D-Spirit. Why not? Fun times. Okay. I'm going to use one of the game's Game Breaker functions and use a Soul Exchange. D-Spirits that have been Super D-Summoned or have been on the field for at least one turn can be returned to the hand and replaced by another D-Spirit from your hand. A Soul Exchange can only take place once per turn before the battle step. We can take that back. All right, I'm going to Soul Exchange TAPIR for another card that I have in my hand, Sectofly. I'm going to use Sectofly to attack and destroy Pixel Parallel. And we're both going to go down. So we're each going to take the respective spirit points for that. I'm going to take minus 350.
And I'm taking minus 700.
And with that, I end my turn.
I am going to draw another monster. I am going to play Shapincer. And I am going to Super D-Summon Gekon. Gekon can be super desummoned from the deck at any time, even during the battle step. I'm going to attack you directly with Gekon.
I'm going to play another signal card. One of my personal favorites, Miracle Shield. If you have no D-Spirits on your side of the field, you can play this card to negate any/all of your opponent's attacks, and your SP cannot be targeted.
And I end my turn.
Okay, let's get it. We back in business. This is always a fun one. Okay. I'm going to pay an extra 500 points and 500 spirit points for a second draw. Ooh, that's a good one. All right. Okay, I'm going to play one of my personal favorites, Platypus. I'm going to read it first. Platypus. While Platypus is on the field, your opponent must pay the respective SP in order to summon any/all D-Spirits. Any player who loses a D-Spirit while Platypus is on the field does not pay its SP costs. Platypus is going to attack and destroy Shepinter for 1,800.
I am going to use Spirit Break.
Plappy no longer has the amount to destroy Shepinter, so Plappy is going to go to the D world. And I take 400 spirit points. And I am my turn.
I am going to draw a Signals and Signs. I am going to normal summon Stingy. If Stingy remains on the field one turn after being summoned, on your next turn, all of your opponent's D-Spirits stats are reduced by half. This ability can only be used once per summoning.
What is it boosted to?
Rubble and Pixie.
And it is Venom C?
Yeah.
Got it.
And
How much endurance does it have? 25? How much endurance does it have?
2,500.
Got it.
All right. So I am going to attack you with Gekon
for
300.
All right.
Then I am going to attack you with Stingy for 700.
I'm going to play the card Hopeful Summon. Send one D-Spirit with 700 SP or less from your hand to the field. I'm going to play one of my personal favorites. Ooh, wait a minute. This could actually be a lot more fun than I thought it would be. No. I'm going to stay safe. I'm going to play Urena. Urena's ability. When Urena is summoned, you can super D-summon one sound-type D-Spirit from your hand, deck, or D-World to your field. While Urena's on the field, all other sound-type D-Spirits gain 500. So, I'm going to go back in my deck, back in my D-World to get one of my cards from earlier. Oh, well, I just said. Oh, yeah, no, I could play it. Chickadee. And you guys remember Chickadee's ability? I'll read it again. When Chickadee is summoned, you can search your deck and draw one sound-type D-Spirit to your hand. At any time, once per turn during the battle step, you can discard a sound-type to lower the D-Spirit's power and endurance by half. So, I'm going to go into my deck now and grab another sound-type D-Spirit and put it into my hand. And now, we're back in action.
I am going to attack Urena with Basket Brawler.
All right. I'm going to take 600 spirit points or 600 SP for that.
And I will end my turn.
I'm going to draw a... Let's go with another D-Spirit. Well, I'm going to play... I'm going to play Mimo. If your opponent's spirit spaces are full, you can super D-summon Mimo from your hand or deck to activate its ability. Destroy all the D-Spirits on your opponent's field. Your opponent cannot summon this turn it is used. If Mimo is destroyed in battle after 2 turns, it can be returned to your field. Well, this is going to get a little bit more interesting. I'm going to summon Blitzwolf. And now let's get down to business. Chickadee is going to attack you directly for 1,000 points.
Minus 1,000.
Oh, yeah. Well, when I use this ability, we'll do it.
All right, minus 1,000.
Mimo is going to attack you for 1,200 points.
Minus 1,200.
And Blitzwolf is going to attack you for 2,000 points.
I'm going to use Stance Change. Stance Change, discard 2 cards. Oh, fuck. Discard 2 cards from your hand to switch a D-Spirit's battle stance on the field. Their stance cannot be changed until after the end of the last step.
All right. Is that the end of your turn? Or it's my turn?
Yeah.
End my turn. So I'm going to put Blitzwolf back into attack and use Blitzwolf ability. Blitzwolf can attack at any time during your opponent's turn except during their first turn. If you activate this ability, Blitzwolf cannot attack on your next turn. And Blitzwolf is going to attack your SP directly for 2,000. And I believe that is the game. That was a pretty good one.